Welcome back to Blueprint Base Building and a new exclusive Town Hall 10 base, built by Mohsen. This base is a double single Inferno build, which is pretty common in the meta right now. It does really well against spam attacks, especially ones with heavy DPS troops like dragons or mass P.E.K.K.A. The base is really designed to consistently defend against no-siege attackers, but the way the defenses are laid make it so that it may be able to defend sieges as well. In other words, you can see how the Town Hall is positioned in a far corner to make pathing for blimps and wall wreckers awkward. Getting more into the base specifics, we have a centralized CC and ground bow, great at adding DPS to queen charges, as you'll see later. We also have a bit of a no-fly zone on the right-hand side of the base, especially with the air bow, geared archer tower, and red bomb stack. Next to the Town Hall single Inferno is also an interior Tesla farm. This concept of Tesla farm isn't traditionally used on most bases, but can be really strong. For one, the fact that they're rarely used adds a surprise factor, and additionally they add a lot of DPS and trap placement opportunities when placed next to high HP buildings like the Town Hall. In this case, we've added 3 giant bombs, 2 ground skellies, and a couple spring traps as a heavily trapped area for hogs and miners, as this isn't an area of the base that is likely to be queen charged or hit by a kill squad. You'll also notice that most of the air defenses are well protected by moats, and that the red bombs are placed outside of their range. This ensures that common Lava Hound deployment spots don't trigger the traps that are supposed to hit only the balloons, making the base strong against Lalo. For the first defense replay, we have a pretty common 5 healer queen charge Lalo. The funnel and initial setup of the attack is really good and clean, even though the attacker did lose their queen ability. The freeze spells were efficient and perfectly timed, and the attacker was able to take out the enemy queen and CC Lava Hound, all while in range of the single Inferno without too many spells. However, further into the base, the queen takes on a ridiculous amount of damage at the same moment, because she's in range of multiple high DPS defenses, like the core Expo, that she cannot reach. The attacker sends their Lalo from the top side of the base, clearly aiming to take out some of those high DPS units. Ultimately, however, they were taken unaware by the red air bomb stack and lost a large chunk of their balloons over the high DPS geared archer tower. They also lost their queen due to the high DPS, and the attack has no chance of finishing or gaining a decent percentage. An Inferno and half the core is still left standing with full HP. Now, in the second attack, we see a different variation of a queen charge Lalo. This time, the attacker is starting their charge from the top area of the base, clearly aiming to take out those high DPS air targeting defenses, and they've brought skeleton spells to take out the enemy queen. They struggled to predict the queen's pathing due to the thick ring of trash, and ended up rounding the base quite a bit before the queen turned to go inside the base. By this point, the queen had 5 defenses on her and an Expo on her healers, while fighting the defensive Lava Hound all the while. The queen ultimately gets all the value the attacker intended on getting before she went down. However, the 2 remaining air defenses to Lalo over each have 2 black bombs, which instantly pop hounds and eliminate tanking. With both Infernos and the enemy queen still up, in addition to the Tesla farm that is still hidden to the attacker, 2 skeleton spells are nowhere enough to finish off the base. For the third and final attack, we have a ground army. This is a go wipe, similar to the mass P.E.K.K.A I was talking about earlier. A go wipe uses a mixture of golems and P.E.K.K.As, as opposed to just P.E.K.K.As, in order to provide some tanking from the single infernos. The attacker funnels minimally and enters from the left-hand side of the base, jumping into the first inferno and saving the second jump for the last inferno. The Lava Hound does a great job of stalling the attacker's queen in the core, and on the back end, the Tesla farm and skeleton traps by the single inferno do a great job of evaporating those heavy HP troops. Although this seems to be one of the closer attacks, the base is still nowhere near gone. The percentage is low, and the Town Hall is in a great position to even secure some 1 stars against entries like this one.